Click
That's
like
not right.
and anyhow,
Girls school too.
I'm in the middle of writing some checks, but if you insist, I suppose I could spare you a moment. What is it that you want to discuss, Benjamin?
Oof.
Benjamin.
Can you pass me the water?
She said coolly.
Thank you.
It's about Lynn. She's been acting strangely, and I was wondering if you had any idea whether there was something. I was quickly interrupted. It's been quite difficult to follow your rumbling, Benjamin. What is it you want from me? She asked. Guys, what is up with that thing?
I think this is good lighting, not gonna lie. That was blurry.
Okay. So, what is it you want from me? She asked. I could almost see her standing there in her thin sweater and slacks, tapping her fingernails impatiently on the table. I wanted to know if you ever noticed any odd behavior or possibly any mental health issues. I asked. It was a long and comfortable pause. Then I couldn't even tell because it was because she was thinking or something else. Finally, after a few seconds, she spoke. I'm not sure if this is one of your jokes, Benjamin, but if so, I don't find the humor in it. Now I have business to attend, as I've said. What am I saying? Now I do have business to attend to, as I've said. So if you don't mind, she said, but I cut her off before she could get rid of me. Marianne, it's not a joke. I'm sincerely concerned about what's her name? Lynn's mental health. Her behavior has been very erratic lately. I was worried about her. I'm very worried about her, and I figured out her mom would have be too. Like, you're her mom, you'd be worried too, you know? I said, my frustration vent in my voice. If you're truly concerned, then I suggest you get a mental health professional involved. I don't know what you expect of me, she snapped. I could tell she was seconds away from hanging up, and for some reason I was desperate not to let her. I had the feeling that she knew a lot more than she was letting on.
She's hiding something, guys.
Loki, I feel like that she's hiding something
She's
too.
hiding something, and on top of that, why the fuck doesn't she just give a shit about her own daughter?
Literally, that's what I was wondering. Please, if not for me, do it for Lynn, I tried. I heard a faint, shaky inhale of breath, and as if she was trying to hold her sturdy persona together, but failing. Marianne, what's wrong? I started. Benjamin, I don't know what to tell you. My only advice would be to seek professional help. Do not call here again. Goodbye. I tried to call out to her, but she hung up. I tried to wrap my head around the call and her refusal to help me. Even if she didn't like me, why wouldn't she want to help her own daughter? I couldn't understand that. I tried to replay the conversation and desperate to find something I missed. For a while, I almost gave up until I realized and remember her last words to me: seek professional help. She said this word with a bit of urgency. I could have just been grasping at straws, but no. I was sure her voice had changed ever so slightly when she said that, as if it was very important.
What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe like I Loki thinks she's been hiding something. Guys, we're almost halfway through the story. Like, actually, halfway through the story.
This shit is long.
Yes, it's long.
There might be part 3.
There might be, but might not be, because this video is already been dragged out so much, guys. It's been this long. It's so long. We've been talking for more than 13 minutes. Like in the last video, we talked more. Oh really? Oh, damn. Anyhow, it's it's crazy.
Talker.
So I'm looking. I waited for maybe I was just desperate. Something has told me for a reason and felt comfortable saying it directly. Wait, what?
Huh? I'm so
confused. As if they were very important. What has she meant? I assumed she'd been referring to medical professionals, but maybe she was referring to somebody else, someone that she didn't, for some reason, felt comfortable saying directly. Or maybe I was just desperate.
Priest! Priest!
Get a priest, guys, literally.
Exactly what I was telling y'all. She's possessed. Zesty ass, bro.
I waited for Chris to get home. After a very long and exhausting conversation with him and Rebecca, I convinced them that Lynn truly needed psychiatric help. I didn't tell them everything. I wasn't prepared to get into it yet. But I told them about our last encounter, and she's been hiding in the bathroom, peeking at me from the closet. They were obviously shocked, but thankfully they believed me. They too just wanted to help her. Still, they didn't think that it was all that serious. Weird, maybe, but not dangerous. The shit's about to go down, guys. What the fuck?
What just happened? What just happened, guys? What happened? I thought she got possessed, bro. I was like, I legit thought something happened with her. I thought she was going to
Bro, I was like, shit's about to go down. I was gonna say, come in the frame, really, Bob.
What was you doing?
Bro,
It just looked more creepy if I was here.
What were you doing?
And I was still hopping. I scared myself with that, bro.
that was
I looked creepy as hell.
It was scary. If I saw that and I was like, fucking recording some random ass video, but not this one, I would be. The ghosts have gotten into her. This ghost have gotten into her. You look very creepy. I mean, you should just lay down. You know, baby girl, just lay down here. Just lay down. Anyhow, look at her now. She's getting possessed.
Continue the story.
He reasoned that. Okay, what the frick?
Shit, we have so many teddy bears. We could all go possessed after hearing the story. I'm
Maybe
sorry,
just
teddy
for
bear, but
YouTube.
go back.
What?
Why is that teddy bear?
Oh, okay. Weird. Maybe it's not dangerous. They just kept saying that Lynn had to be playing some kind of weird joke. Maybe for YouTube. Rebecca offered. Honestly, I would do that for YouTube. Like, not at the cost of my marriage, though.
Yeah, not that.
Not that
like,
seriously.
yeah.
Yeah, like him taking a fucking shower. Oh hell no.
No, but like the closet actual shit was actually creepy. That was way too far. That was way too
Like,
far.
he was in there
I would do that.
for 2 hours with her.
Literally, and he should. I would have been like, bro, Poppy, hi. I was here. No, like up 10 minutes maximum. Honestly, I wouldn't even sit there for 10 minutes. I would be like 2 minutes and be like, ha. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. I don't have the delicacy.
I would hide in the closet, but not while you were taking a fucking shower.
Yeah, that was like really creepy. Chris didn't think we should involve the police just yet. He offered instead to go with me. I readily accepted. He reasoned that calmly talking to her and trying to what is that?
What?
Girl, I can't see the word.
COAX.
Coax
Her into going willingly was the best recourse, like course of action. I agreed to do that his way. At least I wouldn't be going into that house alone. We drove over. Oh god, this is gonna get so bad. We drove over this morning just after breakfast. There was no way I was going at night. When we pulled into the driveway, my stomach became doing somersaults. Her car wasn't there, but I still didn't let my guard down. Front door was ajar. For a split second, I thought I would see her eyes staring through the gap. I was shaking and started to sweat. Chris, however, was fine. He waited for me to open the door, his hands in his pocket like he was just going on a fucking stroll through the park. I envied his ignorance. I pushed the door open and was immediately hit with the stench of rot. Chris smelled it too. He walked into the house behind me with his nose scrunching up. What do you guys use for the what? What do you guys use to clean the floors down here? Shit, he mumbled. Shut up, I said, and my eyes darting around for any signs of Lynn. The house was deadly quiet and dark, and despite being 10 in the morning, all the curtains were closed up tight, refusing to allow any sunlight inside.
Possession.
If I hadn't left it just 2 days ago prior, I would have thought this house was abandoned. We moved through each room, carefully checking any places she might hide, occasionally calling her name. Why the fuck are you looking under the couch? Chris said eventually. Are you even looking for your wife? He was looking at me like I was a moron. Let's go upstairs. I whispered. He shook his head, but followed me up the stairs to check the bathroom and spare bedroom. On the way up, my shoes crunched over a piece of glass that looked to be littered over a few of the steps. I noticed that.
It's downstairs.
I noticed that one of Lynn's and my wedding portraits that hung on the wall along the staircase had been smashed. Okay. The frame hung crookedly, all the glass removed. I stare at the picture, a lump forming in my throat. We had taken the photos just after leaving the church, after saying our vows. She looked so beautiful in her white gown. I looked at Lynn's beautiful face. I never dreamt of her face ever be a source of terror for me. Okay, get up, because my legs are falling asleep.
So wait.
I'm gonna
So
crisscross.
he saw her face right now?
No, it was like the wedding picture
Oh.
that's been smashed.
Oh.
So, yeah.
It's hella creepy, Uncle Ma.
Um,
I'm gonna lay down on you.
and okay. Guys, what am I? Okay. Guys, where the wait? Okay, we climbed the rest of the stairs and checked the spare bedrooms, but they looked completely untouched. I was hesitant to go into the bathroom, my fear from the night coming back to me all at once. Chris noticed and offered to go in by himself, but I couldn't just let him do that. So we walked in together, checking the closet and the shower. The bathroom looked as if it hadn't been touched since I left that night. I don't think she's here, Ben. Why don't you pack some clothes and we try coming back tomorrow or something? Chris said. I nodded and went into our Naman. I heard that too. Chris said. I nodded and went to our back bedroom and shoved some clothes in a duffel bag. When I checked inside my closet, I came across the source of the smell and gagged. Chris took one look and lost all color in his face. He had to go stand by the stairs to get away from the sight and smell. I gazed down in shock at what lays inside my bedroom closet.
Oh no.
Soaked into the rug were at least a dozen eyeballs.
Oh, what? Yo, what? Yo, what? Dozen eyeballs
All-
is crazy.
All carefully
What
laid
the
out in
fuck?
pairs.
Ooh.
Some were larger
Psychotic
as...
mental behavior.
Okay, let me clarify what it is. It is not humanized, guys, just so you know. Some were larger as a quarter, while others were as tiny as a marble. I stared down at the eyes she has collected from small animals and wondered how she'd gotten them, and shivered at the thought.
Bro, what the fuck? This is so fucked up. Is she possessed or is she mentally fucked in
That
the
is
head?
insane.
Yeah.
Eyeballs. I thought that would have been dead.
Bro, Chris is so funny about this, let me tell you. Man, I thought I had it bad with Becca's shoe addiction, but fuck me, your wife's in here collecting eyeballs.
Oh shit.
This was funny, bro.
Chris said, gagging, but I think we should go. He called from the hall. I'm getting nauseous, but I swear I kind of like Chris. It's funny.
They're alone right now.
What if she comes out of the back and stabs their eyes and
Both
kick
of
them
them are
out?
separate. They're away from each other.
Yeah, they are.
I don't like that.
All right, I grabbed my duffel and shut the closet door on my new nightmare. I stepped out into the hall and took a deep breath of air. I could taste rot on my tongue and I couldn't help but gag. Who the fuck lines up eyeballs in their closet like that? Chris mumbles. I tried to tell you she needed help, I said. Okay, you guys, listen. She doesn't need help, Ben. She needs a fucking exorcist. Exorcist. But, you coming or what? I can't stand the smell of any. His words die in his throat. His eyes grow wide with fear.
Chris?
Yeah.
She's right there.
I didn't ask him why.
Fucking handy hand.
I didn't ask him why. I could feel it. There was somebody watching me, and I didn't think it was the eyes in the closet. I turned around, my eyes slowly scanning the bedroom. Chris, I whispered, as I finally saw what we had missed. Under the bed, curled on her side, watching us with the excitement.
Bro, I'm sitting next to a fucking bed right now. It's creepy as the shit out of me. Just continue the fucking story, bro. Where is bro?
Oh God, Jesus. Watching us with the excitement of a kid
She's
on
gonna
Christmas morning was my wife.
She's
She
gonna
held her
bust
hands
out.
together under her chin and they were shaking eagerly. Now that she knew she'd been found, I could hear the quiet noises she was making. Sort of hiccuping sound in her throat, as if excitement was just too much for her. It was unnerving, to say the least. Wide eyes and the same huge smile. Everything in me told me to run, but I forced it away. It was my wife. No matter how twisted.
Fucking
was
run,
a kid.
dumbass! She's gonna
not
bulge
your
your eyes out! She's gonna scoop him out with a spoon!
That is not his wife.
But the man loves his wife. You can tell from this that he loves his wife because he's going to her after this much shit. So get yourself a man who would do that for you. But okay,
I can't take this.
no matter how twisted, she was still the woman I married. I had to help her. Lynn, I said softly. She didn't respond.
Shit, what the
But
fuck's
her
under
head-
the bed, bro?
Her head bobbed back and forth in two quick little movements as if she was nodding. Baby, I just wanted to help, okay? Can you let me do that? I asked. I had a single step forward, approaching her like some kind of dangerous animal. I love you, Lynn, I said softly, taking another step closer. She let a tiny moan escape her wide open mouth, and I had to resist the urge to run. Her shoulders were starting to quiver, and her eyes grew as large as saucers.
Guys,
I crouched down so I could see her better, and immediately saw the blood. Her hands were covered in it, and they
She killed
trembled
somebody.
more. They trembled more the closer I got, as if she was barely able to contain herself. Lynn, are you hurt? You're
She's gonna
bleeding.
Take your ass out.
I'm not even kidding. I was right. She's
Yeah.
mentally psychotic. Eyes is crazy, though, right?
Anyhow, so Lee came.
She's a boss and eyes out. It was crazy.
She bobbed her head again, her bloody fingers moving up and down as she was playing an invisible piano. They occasionally grazed her chin, leaving smears of blood on her skin. I wanted to recoil in disgust. The smell was coming off of her was revolting. I could feel the vomit trying to climb up my throat. Her lips were dry. Her lips were dry and stretched thin, blood spearing between cracks. I know she wouldn't come out on her own, but I didn't want to leave her in there, in the state she was in. I scooted closer and reached out to her. The excited hiccups got louder, and her hands shook, fingers flexing. It was then I could see the blood oozing from in between her fingers. Oh my God, Lynn, you're bleeding, I said instinctively. I reached out to take her hand, but before I could even touch her, her hand sprung out towards me. A sharp pain shoot my arm, and I fell back down on my ass. My arm burned, and I could see the blood dripping down onto the carpet. I looked back at her in shock and saw her grinning madly, her fingers clenching a large shred of glass. It was probably from the frame that was in the on the stairs.
She's about to clutch his eyes out. She's about to do something. She's about to murder his ass.
God. You all right in there? Chris asked from behind me. I turned my head slightly and nodded to him.
Bitch, you ate.
Girl,
You ate.
run.
Cradling my arm to my chest. When I turned back to face Lynn, I saw her focus has shifted. She wasn't looking at me anymore. She wasn't smiling anymore either. She was staring past me, her eyes glaring at Chris, the way a hungry lion might stare at and prey. Her mouth was still hanging open, but it was twisted into a snarl. I got on my feet, began walking backward down the hall, afraid to take my eyes off of her. Are you bleeding? Chris asked. The moment the words left his mouth, Lynn started fast scooting out from under the bed, and the glass shred still in her fist.
No.
Chris, run, go! I yelled. He must have been too afraid to move because a second later,
Fuck, this dude's cooked. His ass is cooked, bro. Oh, hell no.
and okay, I think we're getting near the end of the story, guys. No, actually, we have quite a bit left, so.
How the fuck is this about if not finished yet?
He must have been too afraid to move because the second later I felt my back bump into him. He was still standing at the top of the stairs, staring at the horror that was my wife. Lynn had crawled completely out from under the bed and stood in the bedroom doorway, her face twisted in rage.
Bitch, run.
Her whole body was visibly tense. Blood ran down her fingers and onto the floor. Jesus, Lynn, Chris said, you
Fucking
playing
run,
hide and seek?
dumbasses.
Bro! Chris! Shut the fuck up and run.
That is not the time.
It is being funny for no
I
reason.
reached back and pulled him towards the stair. Move your ass, Chris. I said quite quickly. Bro, his husband is actually doing something good.
At least he can move.
As quickly but firmly as I could. Lynn bobbed her head in fast, sharp motions and began to grin, stretching her mouth open wider and wider so her chin seemed to rest on her chest. Oof. If you can imagine that, guys, I am so sorry. I heard Chris mutter a prayer and then he was running down the stairs. I stood on top of the stairs, stuck between the love for a woman who clearly needed some serious help and self-preservation. I only wanted to help, I said, choking back tears. Her eyes focused on me once again, and she slowly lifted the glass, holding it out in front of her. Then she started sprinting towards me, grinning with utter excitement. Thankfully, my body took control. Took
Thank God. 'Cause
Over.
you're a dumbass.
I flew down the stairs, skipping 2 or 3 at a time. I made it to the front door before I felt her sleep into my back, wrapping her arms around my neck, her mouth next to my ear so I can hear those terrible hiccuping sounds up close. I shook her off, knocked her into the floor. I felt a sheer pain in my back as she went, but I tore open the front door and bolted to my car. Chris was standing in front yard, talking to the phone with the police. I didn't say a word. I just ran to my car, jumped in. Chris took the hint and followed me, still on the line with 911.
I thought he was about to just stand there and leave Chris there.
no, guys. I watched the rear view mirror. Sure that I'll see her there running after us, but I never did. I went straight to ER and got 11 stitches in my arm and 3 on my back. The police asked a lot of questions and went back to the house to do a searching, but of course, Lynn wasn't there. They advised me to stay at a friend or relative for a while and to file a restraining order as soon as I could, but none of the things matter. Somehow I just knew. I dropped Chris off at home. I went to a motel an hour away. I wanted to put as much as distance between me and Lynn as I could. This is where I've been for the last 4 hours. I thought maybe the police would find her. Maybe they would get her the help she desperately needs. But now I don't think so, because 40 minutes ago, I just got a text from an unknown number, just 3 words: I found you. And a picture attached. The picture was dark and grainy, but I instantly knew it was it. It was no mistaking. It was my wife's eyes. I started typing this out immediately after. I didn't know what to do, and I'm alone and scared. I couldn't help but feel like I'm being watched. And that is the end of the story, guys.
That is horrible.
We would never
I
get
don't like
to
that
know.
ending either.
This ending is kind of horrible because she didn't get arrested or restrained. So I don't know what's happening with this guy right now. Maybe
He's
actually, guys, it's been 3 years since he have said this.
So if he was alive, he could have said another part, but
Yeah.
he's not alive. Maybe, or maybe he got like hit in the head really
He
hard.
wrote
Yeah.
all that and she didn't kill him yet. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Maybe just a fast taker.
Exactly. No, that was a lot, guys. This is another story, but like,
That's all the stuff we read. It took us
Yeah.
an hour.
Okay,
to
guys,
read
I
all
feel like either he died or she did something to him and he went mentally unstable, and he's now
maybe he's gonna like be okay with it now because like he's like, it's part of my life, you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that could have been it too. Or he
But I hope
went,
he's doing okay.
or he went cuckoo with her.
That is insane, though.
that. That's it.
Let us know if you guys want us to do another part to this,
Like
series type, not
series.
just another
Another
part.
Reddit story.
Yeah, I found another Reddit. This is crazy though. This is a crazy long Reddit story, but yeah.
Next time it'll be shorter.
Yeah, next time we'll hope it'll be shorter, but this is
Yeah.
crazy. It was pretty good though. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye.